Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Four struck by lightning at the Costa Cup match. The four persons who were struck by lightning at a school's boys football game in Linstead St. Catherine on Tuesday afternoon are being treated at the Linstead Hospital, reporters were informed. 3 players from the Dintle Technical High School team and an assistant referee were rushed to the Linstead Hospital after they were struck by lightning in the first half of the ISA Water Zone J game that was being played against Claremont High at Claremont High School in Linstead. The game was called off, and Everton Burke, a member of the management team of the Dintle Technical, who accompanied the four to the hospital, said all four were responsive and did not appear to be in danger. Burke told reporters that one player who he said had shoulder injury complained of pain all over in his shoulder and in his neck. He said that it was not raining at the time, about 25 minutes into the game, but it had rained earlier and the conditions were overcast. He stated that he was not sure whether the four would be admitted or treated and sent home, but said tests were being carried out on them. Girl falls into uncovered water tank, dies. Residents of Comfort District, a few miles out of Mandeville, were left in shock and disbelief after a little girl, said to be about 7 years old, is suspected to have drowned in an open concrete tank on Tuesday. The child was identified only as Kimmy, a grade 1 student at a nearby school. Residents told reporters that about midday, the child was attempting to retrieve a sipper from the tank when she lost her balance and fell in. They said firefighters who responded to their calls later removed the child's body from the tank. One resident who identified himself as Vol pointed to the danger of having open concrete tanks. As a father, I feel it to know that a child lost her life like this. We need to take some steps to deal with safety because even adults can make a wrong step and fall in it. I don't even know the little girl, but I feel it like my own child. It is just sad, he said. From now on, we have to take things more seriously. This tank, it has to be covered, now whether water is in it or for feeding animals or plants, he added. Another resident who asked not to be named said she knew the child well. She's just 7. She just graduated from basic school and started grade 1, the woman said. Her mother, is always around her 4 children, no matter if it is day or night. She just got a job and had to leave the children in the care of somebody else, one resident said. If me did know say this a go on, somebody to keep the children, I would have done so, added the resident. Residents claimed that the children were left by their mother in the care of her spouse, but it was unclear if the little girl and her siblings were being supervised in the moment leading up to the suspected drowning. Workers from the Child Protection and Family Services Agency visited the community on Tuesday following the incident. On September 18, 2020, there was a suspected drowning of Nadisha Simit, 19, a pregnant woman in the neighboring community of Settlement. Simit, who was visiting her boyfriend in the community, fell into an open concrete tank while seeking cover in bushes during an attack by gunmen. Alj Green, 20, was killed by the gunmen in the attack. War on drugs must be fought in parallel with wars on guns. Prime Minister Anjowonis on Tuesday told the more than 500 delegates and dignitaries in the attendance at the 37th International Drug Enforcement Conference in Montego Bay, St. James, that war on drugs must be fought in parallel with wars on guns to put an end to the loss of life from illegal trades. We no longer say the war against drugs. It is war to save lives, not just from the abuse of drugs, but from the use and abuse of guns. I dare say to this august body that the gun is a drug. Persons who are abusing drugs for a quick high, a quick fix, or just the flip side of the young men, depossessed, trying to find power and respect, looking down the barrel of the gun, Holness told the gathering in the keynote address. They are addicted to it. If you really want to make an impact on the war on drugs, rather save lives, we need to place similar efforts tackling the accessibility, availability, and use of the illegal guns. There is no drug trade without an armory somewhere, whether in the forests of Colombia, Mexico in some city, or they are on the streets of Jamaica in some inner city as a gang of Jamaica, the Prime Minister further stated. The International Drug Enforcement Conference is a global law enforcement event focused on addressing the challenges associated with drug enforcement and combating drug-related crimes. IDEC bring together law enforcement agencies, officials and experts from various countries to collaborate, share information, and discuss strategies for combating drug trafficking, drug abuse, and related criminal activities. Key objectives and topics of the discussion at IDEC include, among other things, information sharing by law enforcement agencies about data related to drug trafficking organizations, smuggling routes, and emerging drug trends. Tuesday, the Prime Minister said Jamaica is taking key note of the growing trend involving synthetic drugs in North America. While synthetic drugs are the most dominant modality in Jamaica, we are paying close attention. We know that trends in the United States oftentimes become global trends, so we are paying very close attention, he said. Since the start of the year, there have been 2 seizures of Mali originating from the United States and the Netherlands. There were 4 similar seizures in 2022. Holness on Tuesday said the production and trafficking of synthetic drugs like Molly and ecstasy have risen significantly in recent times in Jamaica. In the meantime, he said another worry is the increase in cocaine production in Colombia, given that Jamaica has also been increased seizures of the substance here. It is therefore like that as cocaine production surges, Jamaica may experience a rise in efforts to traffic the illicit substance and, therefore, our ports. The Narcotics Division of our police have been doing good work with early indications indicating that 2023 might be a record year for drug seizures, with the authority confiscating approximately 1.5 tons in January. One of the largest ever drug busts in the country's history, the Prime Minister said, while pointing out that diplomatic partnerships play a crucial role in the fight against drug trafficking. Jamaica continues to be the large Caribbean source country for marijuana and a transit point for cocaine trafficking from South America to North America and Europe. Transnational criminal activities continue to use Jamaica as a drug trafficking transit location, despite efforts to reduce and combat the illicit trafficking of narcotics. There are an estimated 150 unofficial entry points into Jamaica. The island's geographical location and accessibility facilitates direct routes for narcotic trafficking from South and Central America to the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Europe. In addition, the illicit trafficking network have increased their own inquiry service to conduct narcotic shipments to North America and the United Kingdom. Biden noted that a country's presence on the foregoing list is not necessarily a reflection of its government countering drug effects or level of cooperation with the United States. He said the reason countries are placed on the list is the combination of geographic, commercial, and economic factors that allow drugs to transit or produce, even if the government has engaged in robust and diligent narcotics control and law enforcement measures. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell